What's up, YouTube? You know what time it is. It's MightyFan time, back again with more of MightyFan's jersey collection. Like I said in the first vid I did of this, I want to kind of catalog my collection in video form, as I'm trying to do on Instagram as well. The first video, it was all the first Z bottom rack worth of, as I fix a sleeve here, the first Z bottom rack full of the MLB jerseys. I have this phone like propped up on some jerseys, so hopefully it stays. So this would be Z bottom rack number 2 for the MLB collection, and I believe every single jersey on this rack is full Mitchell and Ness. So now, as I said before, these 2 racks don't house my Phillies collection. That's actually down in the man cave in the closet. I'll get to that at some point down the road. I also don't have my BPs up here. I'll get to them eventually once I move them up here to the closet over there, which I have hockey in there right now. I'll also show the hockey jerseys. The football jerseys are probably going to be next. I'm going to order 2 more Z-bottom racks from Amazon once they come in the mail and I have everything set up, because it's easier to show them when they're on the racks. I will get to the football jerseys, and then after that, like I said, it will be I'll show the hockey, and I will also show the NBA. The NBA is probably what I have most of. Which, the funny thing about that is, when I first started really seriously collecting, I was just getting baseball and football as far as Mitchell and Ness goes, and then it wasn't until later I started getting the basketball and some of the hockey. So what I have, but it's funny because years later, what I have the most of probably out of everything sport-wise is NBA, is basketball. So, but that will be saved for the end, and then of course I'll dig into the stuff that I have in the man cave. You'll see the vintage baseball jerseys there down in another closet downstairs, and we'll get through this. So anyhow, enough blabbing on. Let's get to the merchandise, as it were. I don't have a lot of wool flannel baseball jerseys in my collection. Only because I do like to be seasonal when I'm wearing jerseys. I like to wear the baseball jerseys during baseball season, and it's hard enough to wear these during baseball season because these are heavy. These, whether it's a zipper down or a button down or a pullover, the poly knit, jerseys, they're heavy, and they're tough enough to wear as it is during baseball season, because baseball season, most of those months are in spring and summer when it gets hot. So wool flannel jerseys, I don't have too many. I do have some. There are others out there I would like to get, because, I feel any collector should have some of these other jerseys in their collection. But I'll get to them. I'm not like in a huge rush for those, because these are the ones I wear the least out of everything. But, as a collector, you do want to, get some of these, because they're really nice. And wool flannel jerseys by Mitchell and Ness are all across the board. They're all made in USA. Even today, they're all USA made. They're not China made. They were never made in other countries. It's all USA across the board for the wool flannels. So let's get to those. First off, we have the Road. This is a 1956 Stan the Man Musial. St. Louis Cardinals with that classic logo on the sleeve. Now, the quality for the wool flannel jerseys is really good. Really good. Whether it's the older runs or the current runs, they're just really nice. But again, because they're just tough to wear in the hotter months, I don't really go after these that much. I know there's a lot of collectors who do, and some collectors, they just go after the wool flannel baseball. But for me, I mainly go after the poly knits, of those eras. So there's Musial. This one is a Road. This is like a darker blue. This is the Luis Aparicio, Chicago White Sox, 1968. Really nice jersey. It has the Illinois sequential patch there, and of course Aparicio on the back, number 11. I remember Big Slim and I got two different Luis Aparicio White Sox jerseys, because they were on sale the same day at Mitchell and Ness at the store. So We were there together one time, and they were on sale in the back room, and we grabbed them. All right, so I got 2 Brooks Robinson Baltimore Orioles jerseys. This is a newer run, run of it. So this is one that would have come out some years ago. This is a 1966 Brooks Robinson, and this one has the name on the back, B. Robinson 5, on there. This next one does not, but this next one is one that I of the different the various Brooks Robinson flannel jerseys. This is the one I wanted the most, and I still believe there might be one with his name on the back with this from this particular run of it. It does not have a year on it, but so I won't even guess. But it's an earlier Brooks Robinson jersey. This is one that was made some years ago, and year-wise, it's earlier than '66 because it has this cartoon bird on the sleeve. I love that, and this is the reason I wanted this jersey. The Baltimore 5 on the front. It's got the striping going down, the piping going down too. But as you see, it just has number 5. And I think there is one with this logo on there that actually has the Robinson, the B. Robinson on the back, if I remember correct. And if I ever see that one, I want to get that one too. But till then, I'll definitely settle for that one. And last but not least, for the flannels here, at least on this rack, I have a couple Phillies ones, but they're with the Phillies jerseys. I think every jersey head, every sports fan, collector, any, what have you, should have one of these. It's the cream home Brooklyn Dodgers, number 42. And we know who that is, right? Jackie Robinson. This is a 1955 home cream classic jersey. Remember, I picked this up last year at the winter sale, which, by the way, is coming up in a few weeks from Mitchell & Ness. So 42 on the back, of course, no name. They didn't have him back then. 42, of course, is retired by baseball. So there is my Jackie Robinson jersey. Classic. I still would like to get the road one, but, at least I'm glad to have one, at least one in the collection. All right, so we're moving on to the rest. Now these were not really obviously intermixed with these jerseys because these are I'm separating them with as flannels. I also did pick up some wood hangers that I want to hang these on, so I'll be doing that at some point. But let's get on to the rest. Here are all poly knit, various eras. This is the back to the Dodgers, but now we got the Los Angeles Dodgers. This is a 1981 Fernando Valenzuela home jersey. And it's got the logo right there. I think that's Celebrate Los Angeles anniversary. I forget exactly which one, but Fernando. This was the first Dodger jersey I ever owned. As far as Mitchell & Ness, it's the '88 Kirk Gibson World Series with the World Series logo. And I believe that was the very first time a teams wore World Series patches on the sleeves. It was '88 when the Dodgers played the Oakland A's. Of course, Gibson only had one at-bat in that World Series. He made it count. Hit the home run off Dennis Eckersley. Game 1 of that series to win it for the Dodgers, walk-off fashion. Of course, the famed fist pump going around the bases. Here's another nice one here. Darryl Strawberry, Los Angeles Dodgers. This is a 1992 home jersey. Might remember I have a lot of his Mets jerseys. I got his Dodgers too, has that nice patch on the sleeve. And I do have the set. I got the home and away, so here's the away. Darryl Strawberry, LA Dodgers. Same patch on the sleeve, 92. Strawberry 44. Last but not least for the Dodgers, Mike Piazza, LA Dodgers. This is the 90, I want to say it's a 97, because it's got the Jackie Robinson 50th anniversary Breaking Barriers patch on the sleeve. He has a 31 on the back. All right, now we're going to get into the Cubbies. This is a 1976 Steve Stone jersey. Home, pinstripe. There are other Cub jerseys I want to grab out there, but just haven't gotten around to getting them. Such as that Bill Madlock and Bob Popovich. Shout out to Nostalgia Boy. I know he's got those. My buddy Big Slim's got those. Cubs are probably my second favorite team behind the Phillies in the National League, so I have quite a few of their jerseys in the collection. I just always like their, like their look, like their jerseys. I was happy when they finally broke through and won the World Series some years ago. This is a 1980 Bill Buckner. Yeah, look away, Red Sox fans, I know. This is his Chicago Cubs jersey, though. Buckner 22. Really nice jersey. Pinstripes. I don't know how long they had this particular jersey, but they wore it for a while, and there it is. There's proof. Now we'll get the ones that are more familiar probably for some people out there. We got the 1984 Rick Sutcliffe. This one, funny story behind this one. There was a time when I had a chance to get one on eBay, and I literally fell asleep because it was a nighttime auction, and I fell asleep and I missed it. And it went for just such a great deal. But sometime later I was able to get it. See, if you're persistent. But don't fall asleep. So I literally fell asleep on getting a jersey, and it was the Sutcliffe. But I eventually got one. So more of the stories, if there's a late auction, I just usually drink a lot of caffeine to try to stay up. This is one that you see a lot of collectors with, the 84 Sandberg, the Road Blue. You know, a lot of people, when you think of this particular Cubs jersey, this is the one that you think of, the Sandberg. Obviously, it's got the dual patching going. It's got the Cubby Bear logo on one side, and they put up their division champs patch on the other. Classic, Cubs jersey. And I have the home as well. Funny thing is, when I fell asleep that night, I missed out on the home Sandberg, but I was able to get it, sometime later from a fellow collector when he was selling some stuff. Same as the blue, so it's got both patches on there and just a 23 on the back. Similar to that Steve Stone jersey, style-wise. This is a Greg Maddux, Cubs. Some people may have forgotten he was a Cub. Yes, he was. Started his career with the Cubbies. Went on to do some pretty good things with the Braves. The Professor. There's his Cubs jersey right there, number 31. Of course, he would go back to the Cubs many years ago, late in his career, for his second stint in Chicago. MVP season, Andre the Hawk Dawson, 1987. Home Cubs jersey. Just the 8. Now, they did make another version of it with the red trim around the 8, but this one obviously just has the standard, the blue single-stitched 8. One of the more newer Cubs jerseys that was made by Mitchell and Ness, another Rhino jersey, Ryan Sandberg. Home, 87, Chicago Cubs. Cubby Bear, single stitch 23. I believe I got that one at the winter sale last year too. Picked that one up. This is a 90 Road Rhino, Ryan Sandberg, Cubs. I just saw someone posted for sale a home version for the Hawk in this one, and I was tempted, but it wasn't my size, so oh well. But it's got this patch on there. It's when the All-Star game was at Wrigley Field that year. Sandberg 23 on the back. At some point, I would like to get an Ernie Banks as well, wool flannel. Just haven't gotten one at this point, but I will eventually. I like the road gray one. I really like that one with the Chicago and all that there. Swinging Sammy Sosa. This is a road gray Cubs. 1996. With another version, a more detailed version of the Cubby Bear logo on the sleeve. The face. Sosa 21. I actually forgot they made this one, and then my buddy Big Slim picked one up on eBay, and I got this maybe about a month or so later. It's just hard to see them on there, but two of them popped up within like a month apart from each other. But you got the home 98, I believe, Sammy Sosa. Really nice jersey. Yeah, 98. Really nice. Lot of flair on this one. You got the Sosa 21 on the back. You got the Harry Carey Memorial. And you also have the, I believe, what's that, Jack Brickhouse, hey, hey, over the Cubs logo, the walking Cub. Sosa. It was just like, you know, the odds of it, you know. He gets one. I forgot they made it. And then I'm like, oh, man, I missed out on that one. And then about a month later, I get one. So it was meant to be, I guess. All right. Sorry to the Cubs. Now we're going to go to a division rival. And their most hated rival. It's just worked out that the jerseys are next to each or near each other. We got the Cardinals. This is the 1979 Lou Brock, and I still want to get the home version of this one, but Brock 20 on the back. The Cardinals birds on bat logo chain stitched, and that's how you can tell it's authentic. A lot of the fakes won't have chain stitching going on their jerseys. It would be like solid stitching, but the authentics are chain stitched. I think it's funny. This one. Oh, I'm sorry. Next one after this one. This is Keith Hernandez. Some people may forgot he was a Cardinal. He was a Cardinal before he was a Met. Number 37. So same as the Brock jersey with the numbers on the sleeves. Hernandez 37 on the back. Of course, that powder blue, which is awesome. Yes, I like powder or light blue jerseys. Have a lot of them in the collection. This is the one I was thinking of. One of my first ever videos when I was showing my jerseys, my from the old house. It's funny, back then I could fit them all in one closet. Can you imagine that? Today, I couldn't do that. But this was one of the ones I showed that day, and I'm showing it again. Bruce Sutter, St. Louis Cardinals, 1982 jersey. Yep, 82. World Series year for the Cardinals. The state of Missouri did pretty good in the 80s, be it the Cardinals or the Royals. Both of them had a lot of success. Both of course, winning a World Series. Both played against each other in a World Series in 85. The Royals beat the Cardinals, but Ozzie Smith, the Wizard. O. Smith on the back. This is an older run, so it does not have the memorial band on the sleeve. This is an 82 Ozzie, the Wizard. The only Ozzie I don't have for the Cardinals is the white one. I still want to get that someday, but this is the one that Mitchell Ness made in more recent time. This is trying to run Ozzie Smith, but it does have the memorial band. This one also fits me a little better. But I have the other one because it's an old run, you know. O. Smith again on the back, another 82. But as you can see, this time they did put the memorial band. I forget who passed away, but they had that on their jerseys then. Willie McGee, number 51. 82 again, trying to run. It does, again, have the memorial band. I believe the only powder blue or light blue Cardinal jerseys I don't own that Mitchell Ness made were the turn back clock ones. And I made those for like Jim Edmonds and Scott Rowland, and I believe Albert Pujols as well. There may have been one other player, like a pitcher or something. I forget if they made one for Carpenter or not, but those at least I know they made. And if I ever get, I've had chances on them before. I just, didn't pull the trigger. If I ever get a chance at them again, I hope to get them because, I do think it would be cool to have the full set of all the, the various different powder blue Cardinal jerseys that Mitchell Ness has made, because they're just such an iconic jersey, you know. Next off, the home white Vince Coleman, 85. Of course, that year they lost to the Royals in the World Series, but they made Vince's 85 jersey, and they made Ozzy. Like I said, that's the only Ozzy I still want to get is the white Cardinals. I want to get his rookie Padres too someday, but I have one. It's a knockoff, but I have one. But I want to get the authentic one at some point for Ozzy rookie Padres. Speaking of Ozzy, though, this is his Road Gray 87. I want to say this is 87. Yeah, 87. Cardinals. I want to say this is the only one they ever made for the Road Gray in this pullover. Mitchell and Ness. Speaking of the Padres, they're next. We're going to start with a 1976 Dave Winfield home. You can always tell the 76 because they're the ones that have that patch. The Centennial season, of which I'm wearing right here, Steve Carlton. So, National League Centennial year. Winfield 31 on the back. Really nice jersey. And then we go with my birth year, 1978. This is the home Dave Winfield when the All-Star game was in San Diego, so they had the patch there. Winfield 31. And they did make an Ozzie Smith in this too, but I don't have that one. Keeping up with 76, you saw the home. This is the away, the more iconic, you know, Padres jersey. That mustard yellow and the brown. Same patch going on there, the All-Star game. Winfield 31. They made a few of these. I want to get the Raleigh fingers still in this at some point. And then this one. 78 mustard yellow with the brown sleeves. A little different color combo there. Gaylord Perry. I was so glad to get this. I had a fake in this for a while, and I was glad to finally grab one. And you can tell the Authentics, because the Authentics have the nameplate. Perry is on a nameplate. That's just crazy jersey right there. This is a 82 Mr. Padre, Tony Gwynn. Road brown. Pullover. And last but not least, for the Padres, we have the home. This was the first Padres Mitchell Ness jersey I ever got. I got this at the old store years ago. 84 home, Tony Gwynn. The year they lost to the Tigers in the World Series. Got the RAK memorial on the sleeve. Shout out to Nostalgia Boy. I know he's got a bunch of different Tony Gwynn jerseys too in his collection. We're going to stay on the West Coast. Shout out to all my West Coast viewers. Shout out to Major League Hats. This is his team, the Giants. The Willie McCovey, 77. Pullover. Beautiful jersey. Really like this. It's one of those that harder to find these days. I got this some years ago. Kind of stuck together here. This is the 82 Will's dad, Jack Clark. Of course, he's on the Cardinals too for a while, but that's his Giants jersey with the 25th patch on the sleeve. They made the white and orange versions of this too, but the only one I got in this is the black one. You see, got father and son together. This is the son. This is the 89 World Series Battle of the Bay. Will Clark. Gotta get a new hanger on that one, but had that hanger on there forever. There's the patch. All right, so I got through the Giants. Now we're going to go down south to Atlanta. Got the Braves. This is another jersey. It's like the Jackie Robinson. You know, there's various jerseys out there. Roberto Clemente. I mean, there's just various ones out there I think every collector should have, and this is one of them too. This is the 74 Hank. This is basically the jersey he was wearing when he got the home run record. Passed the Babe in this one. Classic jersey too. Just got the Indian feathers on the sleeve. No name, of course, it's 44, but we all know who it is. Hank Aaron. This was a big seller for Mitchell Ness. So glad to own it. I got this one, and the funny thing is, I saw the Braves. I was at the Phillies Braves. I was at the 70s night when the Phillies wore the the maroon Saturday night specials, and the Braves were wearing this one. This is the 76 Road Gray. This is a Gaylord Perry, and you'll note the Indian feathers only on one sleeve. The other sleeve it has the Centennial patch for the National League. 35 on the back, no name. Did I say Gaylord Perry? Phil Necro. Sorry if I said Gaylord Perry. Phil Necro. Knuckleballer. Had great Gaylord Perry on the brain from the Padres jersey I showed earlier. And then I got the light blue Dale Murphy. This is a 1981 Braves. More modern time. This is a 95. Greg Maddux. You saw his Cubs jersey earlier. Here's his Braves in the World Series here with the Braves. 95 World Series. Oop. I knew that was going to happen. I knew that was going to happen. I'm so far into this thing, and of course now it's going to want to fall. We are live. Try to set this up again. Hopefully it's to stay. Greg Maddux. Sorry about that. Sometimes you can't control things when you're live. There's the 30th anniversary on the sleeve, the other sleeve. And last but not least, for the Atlanta Braves, I have the Road John Smoltz. This is the 99 year they lost to the Yankees in the World Series. But it does have the patch. And it's got the... Speaking of Hank, there's his 715. That's the anniversary of his home run. The Braves wore that year. Speaking of Hammer and Hank, here is his Milwaukee Brewers. I got his Milwaukee Brewers home jersey. This is from 1976. No name on the back, just a 44. And here is the Road Hank Aaron Brewers. Yep, see, this is moving again. This time I caught it. This time I was ready. Try to reposition it just a little bit to give it a little more. Yep, see, just wants to do this stuff with me. I was hoping I could make it through. I was really hoping I could make it through without it deciding to slip a little bit, but okay. Actually, I put the camera where I did because it's the best angle. I thought about putting it a little away. I thought that would be a little far away. Let me try to get something a little closer, and of course it wants to misbehave, but oh well. So yeah, there's the Hank Brewer jerseys. And I got this older run Paul Molitor, Milwaukee Brewers Road light blue. This is a 1982. Of course, they went to the World Series that year, lost to the Cardinals. Harvey's Wall Bangers, that's what they were called. And of course, Rockin' Robin Yount, 82, blue. See a lot of collectors with this one in the collection. Moving along, we have the home 82, the pinstripe, Robin Yount. Got no name, just a 19 on the back. How the Brewers worked back then. And I also have the 88 Road pullover, Milwaukee. And it has the patch on there, memorial patch, HK, with the bat. It's the only one they did for 88, was Rockin' Robin. Shout out to Nostalgia Boy. I know he just picked up the Sheffield in this, and he mentioned they had Paul Molitor, but they also had a Robin Yount in this too. This is the 90 Brewers Road, button down. And as Nostalgia Boy pointed out in his video, it does not have a nameplate. It should have a nameplate, but they did it that way for all of them. They did Sheffield, Yount, and Molitor. The only one I don't have is Molitor. Here's Yount. And here's Sheffield. The only one in this I don't have is Molitor. Maybe someday, but I have Sheffield and Yount. I think I got them both around the same time, I believe. Probably from the same seller. I probably got them both from the same seller, if I'm not mistaken. All right, we're going to go north of the border, at least from where I am. Shout out to Canada. You stay classy, Canada. Here's the Toronto Blue Jays, 87 home Cecil Fielder. Of course, Prince Fielder's dad. Here's his home Blue Jays jersey. Some of these are pretty together here, wedged in there. And here is his Road Blue, 87 Blue Jays pullover. Got the 92 World Series Road, Roberto Alomar, the World Series logo, Blue Jays. This one came out some years ago with Joe Carter. Speaking of Joe, I know this is a very controversial jersey for a Phillies fan to own, but I got this one. I bought this one at the old store back in the winter sale of 2007. And at the time, the Phillies had gone many years, from 93 on, from making the playoffs. And I had a grudge against this man for many years because it was my youth when the Phillies lost to the Blue Jays in the World Series. I purchased this jersey. I said, I forgive Joe Carter. And now the Phillies are going to start winning again. And then, of course, that season they made the playoffs for the first time since 93. And then the next year they went on to win the World Series. I'm not saying I had a hand in it, but I'm just saying. Sometimes forgiveness goes a long way. But I had the 93 World Series, Joe Carter. Yeah, it's a funny story that goes with it, too. So I figured, why not share? There's the 93 Carter. And finally, for the Jays, I got the 97, I want to say. This is 97, yeah, 97 Rocket. Roger Clemens. I don't have his Red Sox or his Yankee jersey at this point, but I do have the Blue Jays one. And I really like this one. This is a nice jersey. It's got the Blue Jays logo there from the time. And, of course, the Jackie Robinson 50th Breaking Barriers. Clemens 21 on the back. Hot jersey. All right, we're moving on. Next, we got the Kansas City Royals. And I start with the MVP season, 1980, George Brett. Of course, my Phillies beat them in 80 in the World Series. But this is his home jersey from that year with the Royals logo on the sleeve. And this next one was the first one I ever owned as far as the Royals jerseys are concerned. I want to say I got this one from Lake Show 2. He used to be a big Mitchell Ness seller on eBay. And I got this one from him. One of the few jerseys I got from him because I came in towards the end when he was liquidating stuff. But this is the road version, 1980. Kansas City Royals, Mr. Brett. G. Brett on the back. So this next one I believe is an 84 85. Yes, it is. 85, the World Series year when they beat the Cardinals in the World Series. George Brett. Button down. Royals. Royals logo sleeve. And you know who knows? Bo knows. Kansas City Royals. This is his, I believe, what is this? 90? No, 89. This is his 89. Button down. Of course, Jackson, 16 on the back. And the logo on the sleeve. Now, Mitchell Ness put this out about a year ago, but this was the original version. This is the old El Salvador version of the 89 home from the All-Star Game when he was the All-Star Game MVP. And there's the All-Star Game 89 logo. Bo Jackson. Of course, they made this. They redid this one about a year ago at China Run. I don't have that one because I have this one. We're getting through them, I promise. Boston Red Sox. This is a 75 Carlton Fisk. Pull over home. Basically from that iconic with him in the World Series. Wishing that ball fair, and it went fair. To extend the series to 7 against the Big Red Machine. Of course, the Red Sox would lose in 7 to Cincinnati in that World Series, but this is a an 87. Yeah, 87 Wade Boggs. They made Clemens in this too, but I have the Wade Boggs. And it's got the Fenway Park 75th patch on there. Just the 26. Someday I want to get the Clemens. I want to get the Road Clemens in this, but I don't have it at this point. Oh, up next we have the Texas Rangers. This is a 1976 Texas Rangers. Gaylord Perry. That time it is Gaylord Perry. For sure. Oh. Jersey just slipped down my hands and fell down. It's the second time that's happened when I'm filming this thing. Last time it was fingers. This time it's Buddy Bell. It's the Texas Rangers Buddy Bell jersey. 83. Bell, 25. Or is that Burt Bell? It's either Buddy or Burt, I forget. I'm a little out of it right now. Long day. Yeah. I believe it's Buddy Bell. So now Kansas City Chief, there was a Bell too, but I believe that was Burt Bell. Buddy Bell, I believe, was the baseball player. Doesn't have his name, it just has the year, but I want to say it's Buddy Bell. This is a Rangers 1984 Pete O'Brien Rangers logo. They also made the red version of this. I don't have that one. The lone member of the Cleveland Indians. Mitchell Ness jerseys in this. Dennis Eckersley. This is when he was a starter. This is when he was not coming out of the bullpen. He was a starter back then. It's 1976. Eckersley 37. They also made the navy blue version in this, and I would like to get that one someday because it's a nice one to have the set. This is a 72 Rod Carew. I missed out on this one so many times. I finally was able to get it last year, or maybe it was the year before. I forget. One of these recent years. Number 29, just on the back. Carew. This is a more recent one Mitchell Ness put out some years ago. Harmon Killebrew, 72. Same one as the Carew, but patch. Oh goodness, a little fuzzy on there. Just number 3 on the back. We're getting there. We're getting there. This is a 1977 Rod Carew. Powder, light blue, rather. Powder blue, light blue. Twins logo. Carew, 29 on the back. This is the rookie Kirby Puckett, 84. Home, Twins, 34 on the back. And it's got the patch. Same as it was on the Carew. Same deal. Promise, we're getting there. I have more on this rack than I had on the first rack, so. This is the China run, the newer run, but I like this one. They did make the older run in this, but the older run, they just had the 34. This is an 84 Kirby Puckett Road, light blue. Where's the patch? And they put the name on this one. China run, but I really like it because it has that big name on the back. Oh, this one is a 80, I want to say, yeah, 87. This is one of the World Series years. 87 Road, Kirby Puckett, Twins. They also made Herbeck in this, which I want to get, but I have Kirby. And this next one's the 91 World Series Kirby Puckett. Yeah, I have all the authentics that they did for Kirby. I have a batting practice as well. But I got all the authentics that they did for him. Besides that old original run, powder blue, with just the 34 on the back. Next up, we got the O's. And this is a 76. Yeah, 76 Reggie Jackson, Baltimore Orioles. He was only on the Orioles for one season after he moved from the A's, Ardad Jackson. And, of course, he did some pretty good things with the Yankees after that. Went to the Angels. Of course, you saw his Angels jerseys and A's jerseys earlier that I have. This is the pullover orange, 82, Cal Ripken. That's a rookie Ripken right there. Orange pullover. You see a lot of fakes of these, but as you can tell, it does have the nameplate on the back, and I don't think a lot of the fakes have the nameplate on the back, so that's one of the ways you can kind of tell that it's legit. This is the 84 Eddie Murray home Orioles, and it's got the 30th anniversary. It's also the World Series. They beat the Phillies in '83 in the World Series, but that's Eddie Murray's home jersey from '84. Speaking of, saw Ripken's '82. So we go from his rookie year, I believe '82 was his rookie year, to his final season, the 2001 home Ripken. And I got this at the same time when I got that Joe Carter. I got this too. So this is a slightly older version of it. So you got the patch they put on for him. Of course, the standing Oriole bird logo, and of course, after 9/11, all the teams had the American flags. There it is, Ripken 8. This is the first 2001 jersey Mitchell Ness ever did. Now, the one that they haven't done to this point that I'm hoping that someday they do is a Tony Gwynn. Because 2001 was also Tony Gwynn's final season. And they had a nice patch for him. And, of course, the flag on the back. I wonder why Mitchell Ness hasn't done that one yet. But to my knowledge, the only ones they did from 01 to this point has been Ripken, Mike Piazza, and Randy Johnson, Diamondbacks. But White Sox now, Carlton Fisk. This is a 83 with the patch right there. Very nice. Road jersey with the name. Sometimes you'll see this with just a 72 on the back. This one does have the name put on the back. As you can see here, just a 72. This is an 85, I want to say. Yeah, 85 home White Sox with the other patch, Comiskey patch. 75th anniversary. Three more. So here's another 85, but this time it's Tom Seaver. No name on the back, just the 41. Again, the 75th patch on there. If I didn't show the front of it, there's the front. Two more. 91. Bo Nose. Chicago White Sox, the black jersey with the Comiskey Park logo right there. And the White Sox alt logo right there. Jackson 8 on the back. Sox on the side with the 8 on the front button down with the white buttons. Very nice jersey. Got this one from my buddy Big Slim, so shout out to Big Slim. Some time back. Last but not least, we made it to the end, everyone. We got the Road Bo Jackson. This is an 93. Bo Jackson Road. I got this, I believe, last year during one of those sales. Mitchell & Ness was having probably the winter sale or something like that. Just the one logo on the one sleeve. Jackson 8 on the back. Like I said before, I love road gray, so I have a lot of road gray. I got a lot of blue, you know, mixed in. So we made it. Apologies about the camera slipping a few times during the video. It was just tired. It feels like me after work, you know. It's like, But thanks for making it in there with me. 47 minutes and change. But like I said, I had a lot to show on this rack. I have more on this rack than the one here. But yeah, it's just how it is. These Z-bottom racks are awesome. As you can see, they hold a lot. There's even more they could hold, but I think I'm going to just keep it for the most part with this this amount. I think that's good. Like I said, I'm gonna be getting some more of these racks, and I will put the football on there. Once that's done, you'll see the football collection. I also have the hockey jerseys out on another smaller rack like this one here. And once I get that done, you'll see the hockey collection, and then of course the basketball. All these basketball jerseys are gonna be moving to the other room. When I get the others, I'm gonna get one more Z-bottom rack, and that will be going there. And I'll set it all up. Once that's done, you'll see the basketball. You'll see my authentic baseball at some point. You'll see the batting practice Mitchell & Ness jerseys. You'll see the Philadelphia, you know, apparel jerseys. Yeah, it's a lot. Like I said, I've been collecting for over 15, 16, 17 years or something like that now. And I've amassed quite a lot. And I'm proud of what I have. It's a unique collection. There's just so much variety in it, and that's how I like it. So hopefully you enjoyed this. I'll see you in the next one. Like I said, once I get those racks put together, once they come in, get the football jerseys in here, you'll see the football collection, hopefully just in time for the Super Bowl. That's what I'm hoping, you know, to get it all done and to show the vids maybe during Super Bowl weekend or something. You'll see the MightyFan's football collection. Sans Eagles. Eagles will be later as they're down in the man cave area. But anyhow, thanks for watching, everyone. Hope you're all enjoying this series. Please give me a like, leave comments if you want. It's always welcome. And yeah, thanks for joining me in yet again for more of the very large collection. All right, everyone, take care.